All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. We out doing some cop watching today, but I'm back. But again, these new domestic terrorists have waged war on the supreme law of this country, and in doing so, they are domestic terrorists up under the federal laws of this country. Anybody who tries to change what is written in the supreme law, which is the Constitution, is a domestic terrorist. Okay? The First Amendment gives you a right to do certain things. And one of them is freedom of speech. The next one, you have a right to record your government officials. And any official that tries to stop you is waging war on the supreme law of this country. That's the same thing about the Second Amendment. Let me tell y'all about the Second Amendment. And if you don't believe me, go read it and get an understanding of what your forefathers wrote, or the white forefathers wrote up. They knew exactly what they were writing up when they wrote it up. But because we go along to get along for so long, we have allowed individuals to manipulate what the white forefathers wrote in the supreme law of this country. This same supreme law that they wrote up after they got away from England. You know, I'm going to go back and I want y'all to understand something. First of all, black people. If you want to hide something from black people, what do they tell you to do? Put it in a book. Because they feel that you're not going to go read it. You're going to go listen to rap music. You're going to go smoke your joints. You're going to go drink. You're going to go hang out on the corner. And you're not going to read it for yourself. I'm not one of them. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't hang on no corner. I educate myself. So what you think I'm telling you is a bunch of bullshit. It ain't. Pick up a book and read for yourself. Google is a motherfucker. Go Google it if you don't think. I don't want nobody to even believe what I'm saying. Go and Google it and educate yourself to see for yourself that what I'm telling you is the truth. Going back to the Second Amendment, we have the NRA with all their lawyers that they pay. They in cahoots with the government too, y'all. Smoke and mirrors. Go read the Second Amendment. Every free citizen has a right to bear arms to protect themselves against the aggressor. That's what it says. That's your guaranteed right. Go back to the 14th Amendment. No state government, no law enforcement can abridge what is written in the supreme law, which is the Second Amendment. That means that every free citizen in the United States can bear arms. I don't care if you was a convicted felon. I don't care if you was a gun lobbyist. I don't care about none of that. Nowhere in the Second Amendment does it say if you was a convicted felon, you can't carry a firearm. But the 14th Amendment says nobody can change not one word that is written, change or add any words which is written in that Second Amendment. So that gives every last one of y'all a right to bear arms. Now, in doing so, the government can only get involved when you use that arms. If I want to walk down the street with a bazooka, that's my right. Will I do it? No, because we have been brainwashed to believe that that's a criminal act. And I'm not ready to die behind no trigger-happy terrorist who doesn't know the real law. Because our judicial system will not hold them accountable for their actions. And I'm going to tell you another thing. All you people sitting up here listening to this trial that's going on about Mr. Trump, Donald Trump. Let me tell you something. I don't believe in some of Trump's political views, but it's ironic to me that a circuit court, a district court judge in Montgomery County can go to a federal court and ask this federal judge, who I don't know, but we did a check on her. They haven't ruled on any of my things on this case, but ask a federal judge to give a district court judge immunity and the state attorney and the commissioner immunity for violating a citizen's supreme right, which there is a law for, but you won't give it to the ex-president of the United States. Unbelievable. And he has his day in court to argue about it. Why can't I get my day in court to argue about why they don't deserve immunity? Because they went outside the scope of their job. They went outside the scope of their duties. Their duties is not to write law. It's supposed to be explaining law. But because they want to make an example of a black man understanding what his rights is, that's why this conviction is. That's why this law firm here writes up this bullshit. This is bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing that happened with the other attorney general, another aiding and abetting in a terrorist act. That's the attorney general's office. They should know what the supreme law means and understands what it is. But again, why we got the ex-president on trial seeking immunity when you give it to these little terrorists in a domestic court? Something's not right here. If they can get immunity, why can't all government officials get immunity? And who decides who gets immunity? Why is it that when you got these terrorists, police officers, why can't they get immunity? Why can't I get immunity? Am I not a citizen in this country? If you're going to give one person immunity, why is it that they're better than the next person? You see, all these little loopholes and red tapes got to go. We got to get people into these seats, these judicial seats, who follow the law, who don't make decisions on the golf course or the tennis court or telephone or text. Go back and think about it, ladies and gentlemen. The Attorney General office asked for immunity for these two judges and the prosecutor and the commissioner. Why is it that our president of the United States can't get immunity? Why are we wasting money trying to convict Donald Trump when he should have immunity if you're giving it to government officials? Why is it that when a police officer makes a mistake and shoots somebody in the back unarmed, why he can't say, I want immunity? Something's not right, and law is about common sense. If you're going to give one person immunity, why is it immunity gain all the way across the board? And if they gave immunity all the way across the board, one, I would have never been locked up. I would have never been charged with disorderly conduct. There would be no criminal acts on this planet if immunity was legal. Because the first thing I would ask for, I want immunity. But you just went and shot up this whole school. Yeah, but I get immunity. You see what I'm saying? Common sense. And who decides who gets this immunity? I'm still trying to figure out where this shit come from. Given a certain group of people, and which is profiling, and which is, I thought we did away with this with racism, a group of individuals get immunity. But corrupt terrorists, you see, they don't stick together. They're trying to get the supreme person. They wouldn't give him immunity. And that was your president of the United States. It's funny. And now this terrorist group